Hello, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. So, I was thinking recently about body image and body dysmorphia. I was thinking back to a time when my body looked a lot different, but I only know now by looking back at pictures that what I thought I looked like, I did not look like. Body image is something that a lot of people with eating disorders really struggle with. Often, what we perceive in our heads is very different to in reality what our bodies actually look like. So there's lots and lots of different reasons why body image becomes an issue for people: societal standards, personal standards, what we're told, feeling like our bodies have failed us in some way. There's many different reasons why we might dislike our bodies or have an issue with our bodies. Anyway, I'm not going to be going into lots and lots of detail around body image in general today, but I wanted to do a bit of an activity. This is something that me and my sister have done in the past. It started because we were having a conversation. I was having a really bad body image day, and I started describing to her what I felt like my body looked like, my own perception in my head, what was the image in my own head, and I asked her to do the same. And the outcomes were just ridiculous. Like what she said about what her body looked like, her perception in her brain. She's never had any issues with food. Her body, as we all do, has difficult days sometimes with her body image, but I was just like in shock at how wrong she was when she described her own body and how nitpicky she was and how detailed she was. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to draw what I think my body looks like on a bad day, because some days I'm like, oh, I feel great in my body. Some days I have really terrible body image days. So I'm going to draw what my body looks like on a day when I'm having bad body image, and I really, really encourage you to do this along with me. I wouldn't recommend doing this on a day where it's going to make you feel really bad. This is meant to be just quite a light-hearted activity. It's not meant to be too deep. It's not meant to sort of make you question and make your body image any worse. So do this on a good day, but think about your worst day. If you could get a piece of paper and a pen, I've gone for blue. It's not going to be like a work of art. It's not meant to be a work of art. It's just supposed to be translating whatever image you have of your body in your head onto a piece of paper. So let's begin. Okay, so I'm hoping that you have also done this and you've also drawn a little picture. If you haven't, pause now. Brig, give yourself a couple of minutes, 10 minutes. This is my picture for you all to have a look at. Don't know if you can see this. There's some other things that maybe I would have added if I'd had more space. I should have given myself a bigger piece of paper. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. But here is my very round face. I have this issue with having a very, very round face, and I feel like my features are really small in the middle of it, like tiny. I've got little ears, I've got massive hair, and it's all frizzy and going everywhere. I've got little arms, a very long torso, little legs, a scraggly neck. There's some other, I think maybe going into detail in certain areas as well. I have an issue with like this part of my legs for some reason. Yeah, so that's mine. So I wanted this to highlight the exaggeration that goes on in our own heads. So I think sometimes there's a photograph and it's a weird angle, it's a weird position, and one of our features is exaggerated and we're like, flip, that is my arm, or oh my goodness. We then latch onto that image, we put it in our heads, and then we make this collage. We like collage together our body from all of these distorted images that are out there, and then they're like blown up and cartoonized, if that's a word, and exaggerated and made worse and highlighted and pinpointed. So for me, with this lovely image, for some reason I've decided that my face is very, very round, and then in my head I've just like made it, so I always say this to people, like the moon emoji. It's like the moon emoji in my head. that's like collaged as my head. And then like maybe I do have short arms, but then it's like really, really short arms, and maybe I've got short legs, but like really, really stubby short legs, when in reality, okay, maybe my arms and legs are a bit shorter than average, but they're not, in my head, they're literally Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. And I wanted to do this because I wanted people to see how exaggerated these images of ourselves are in our own brains, and that, like, if mine is like this, and I'd like to think I don't look like this. I mean, maybe I do, maybe you do think I look like this, but, you know, this is next level. And if I think I look like this, then the things that you're focusing on, whether that be your nose or your stomach or your feet, I think remembering that you've probably exaggerated more than it actually is. We are so focused on certain parts of our body, so fixated when nobody else notices it, nobody else sees it. And if you're able to identify, look, I think that I look like this, but it's not true. Whatever you think that you look like, it's just not true. Realising that if I don't look like this, you don't look the way that you think that you do. Maybe do this in a group. It's meant to be a light-hearted activity, so it's not meant to be really deep or really profound. It's just supposed to take away power from these images that we have in our heads of our own bodies. So yeah, maybe do it with a friend, and then you can both be like, what? You don't look like that? What are you talking about? So I hope that that can be helpful in some way. Bit fun. Pulling away the power from those images that we have in ourselves, slowly bringing in a bit more reality. I hope that's what this can do. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it a little bit interesting, a bit different, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.